Hola. So we're just invading another wormhole to take its resources and stuff. And I'm just gonna record it. This is like, what a small little...
Is that you that just went through?
Yep, that was me. Tango.
Um, you're Bebop, right?
Yep. Yeah, so this is just a small little group. Wormhole pillaging activity. We found a nice little neighboring wormhole that seems empty and there's not many connections, so it's pretty safe. And we're gonna
Alright,
take
coming
its
through with the
resources.
praxis. Go ahead, align to JSV.
Sounds good.
Let me know when you're ready. I'll fleet warp us there.
Yep, I'm good. If you're cloaked and you get too close to another ship, it'll decloak you. You should probably see it here. Because we're working together pretty closely. Yep. My UI is very cluttered. I don't really look at the game much anymore. But, wait, I'm not decloaked. It's funny.
Alright, I'll tag him. You're here, right? Oh yeah, there you are. I see.
Yeah, that was weird. I wasn't decloaking at warp. I was looking at that. So, let's shoot some rats. This should be fairly easy for my ship. But, you never know. This thing doesn't have a lot of HP, but it reps very fast. You got mid-range missiles. Need to be within about 28 km to use them. You got this thing called a webifier. What that does is slows this guy's ass down a lot, grapples him, tackles him, stops him from moving. Makes it easier to hit. Good stuff. I'm taking some damage, so I should rep. Easy peasy money. The big thing to watch out for when doing this are other players. So you'll see me hit this directional scanner button down in the bottom right a lot. That's me just searching for any other people or probes that are searching for us. This is a cap stable fit, so I could
Focus
run.
on number 3. I'm not splitting DPS.
So yeah, these guys are sleepers. They're like, the lore is they are rogue AI that disappeared into wormholes for eons, and just kind of started getting up to their own shenanigans, which no one really knows what they're about. They just collect stuff and make weird shit. They're like weird artists of the universe, robotic artists, abstract artists, and let's see what we get. One more. So he is tagging these ships in a certain order for targeting. It's the 1, 2, 3 A you see. This helps focus fire without needing to talk about it all the time. While he's doing this, he's also collecting the loot for us. There's some very valuable loot you can only get in Wormhole space from here. He's using a mobile tractor unit to automatically pull it close to him while we do this. This is a structure you can deploy in space, and you can blow it up, and it does show up on scan, so it's a little risky, but that's okay. It's like the least of our worries right now. Just blowing things up. I'm flying a nice little cruiser called the Tengu. It's a Tech 3 cruiser, which basically just means that it's very adaptable. You can fit it to do a lot of different things based on subsystems you put in it. These little things. Hold on. Basically, depending on what you put in here, it literally changes how the ship looks and plays. So it's kind of unpredictable.
On the last one, reload if you need to.
Yeah, it's a nice little cruiser. It's set up as a skirmisher, which means it doesn't need to be. It isn't meant to fight point blank. It should be fighting from like a mid-range distance. I have items to keep people away from me if I need to keep them away, and I have items to prevent them from warping at a certain distance. So this is very much a mid-range ship. I should be kiting other players and other ships when using it. Not too far, not too close. So how I fly the ship actually does matter sometimes. Not right
Oh,
now.
there was a couple sticks.
Couple what?
Player-owned stations. So
Oh.
Grumple Pants. Shazwaza.
Pants.
Do people still use those old ones?
Surprisingly,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Battleship. Okay, now I should be a little careful.
Somebody moved into our wormhole like at the same time we did, and they put up a pause.
Is that the Coon base or whatever?
No, it was a different one. Base one was abandoned.
So this battleship can actually apply a ton of damage if it hits me
The one
well.
that I'm referring to, we destroyed.
This is an important ship to fly well against.
Alright, see if he's getting back on.
So to mitigate damage, it's better not to fly directly at it.
Do I need my ult for anything? We
Nope.
don't need to watch any wormholes or anything, right?
Should
Nope.
make that.
We're on the last
Okay.
wave. If you can get
So yeah, flying directly at ships will basically make it easier for you to shoot them and for them to shoot you. Just think of like regular aiming. You know, it works that way in real life. So to mitigate damage, if it decides to attack me,
Hello.
I should fly horizontally like this.
Hello.
It's a much harder hit. I mean, just think of like, what's that game? Pirate game? Sea of Thieves?
Are you
It's
shooting
way-
that the battleship?
Yeah, I just got in range. I only have a 28k in
Got it.
range. 24. So yeah, it's just... What's that?
Are you flying?
Tengu. Okay, we'll post it. Yeah, I'm gonna redo this bit. I don't like it at all. I don't think it tanks enough. I don't think it does enough damage. I think I kind of got scammed, whoever suggested this bit. Yeah, I put it in clip chat. Yeah, I think I need to use a different weapon system.
I don't know. I've tested my Tengu, which pretty much has the same amount of range, using heavy assault missiles, and I've done the same sights with this Praxis as well. And this Praxis is just so much better.
Yeah, right.
CV jumping to RC3.
Jumping to where?
Our static to join you guys.
Got it.
That sound you just saw was the activation of him jumping into
Is it
this wormhole.
safe to warp to Doolin?
Either one. Either one. Yep.
En route.
Scanner probes?
Yeah, I just want to try using comet scanners real quick.
Why you gotta scare me like that? What are you using combat scanners for?
Oh
Jesus
shit.
Christ. Mark this for salvage, CV, if you can do that. Do you think can you do that, or are you doing too much with work?
I will give it a shot. How's that sound?
I can do it. It's fine.
Interesting.
You said you already saved this site? Question mark? Hello, hello?
Yeah, I just saved it right now
Okay.
for salvage. All right. Go ahead, align to ZAJ.
Roger that. 2 seconds. And I'm good.
Alright.
So yeah, that's basically it. We're just
Warp us here in
gonna
just a second.
go through, clear these sites out, use the mobile tractor unit to collect the wrecks all in one place, empty the wrecks of the items,
Microgun.
and then someone, probably this guy,
Alright. Fleet warping, take the warp.
is gonna come back with a salvager and salvage the wrecks. And it's gonna be good money. This, once we clear all this out, split between the 3 of us, I don't know, rough
She
estimate,
said hi, but she didn't say anything.
200 mil, maybe 300, I don't know, something like that. It's pretty good. You could honestly run them faster if we had better fits, but we're still figuring this stuff out ourselves.
I see Bebop wants to sit on my wing.
Yep. Saving on fuel. Taking tailgating to a whole new level. One big perk about this fit I'm flying, it's honestly not cost effective, it's way too expensive for what I'm doing, but it is PvP fit. So if we get dropped on by someone, I already have everything I need to engage and disengage from PvP situations. Opposed to them, if someone drops on us and we need to kill them, they wouldn't be able to hold them down. They would be able to leave because they don't have the sport jammer. And if they need to run, they don't really have the capability to do that. While between my afterburner and stasis weaponifier, I have some options to run if I really need to. So that is one perk about this fit. Also, tangas are just very scary in general. Like I said, they're very adaptable, and some of them can be very expensive and very powerful. As a player looking at this, you might not really know what type of tank I'm flying. So you could be like, it might be a really shitty one, or it might be one of the most legendary ships in the entire game. And you wouldn't really know until you started until you at least landed on grid before you started fighting me. Experienced players might be able to figure it all out just by looking at the ship, but a lot of players won't, because you can actually see the weapon system someone uses by zooming in. You can see animations for certain modules, so they could figure out what my tank is just by looking at how my ship is designed, like the layout. They'll know what subsystems I'm using, so they'll know what like certain capabilities I have are. They'll know I'm a cloaking Tengu, so I won't have a ton of tanker damage. Yeah, an experienced player can figure out pretty much everything I'm running simply by looking at my ship.
Friendly Noctis coming into system.
Okay.
So I'll end the video after the site. They're all pretty much the same. These are all the same level of sites. They're not gonna be much different. Yeah, we're just gonna clear it out for good money. Honestly, I don't know. I can't remember what these items are used to make, but I know they're very valuable throughout the entire history of the game, and you can only get them in wormhole space. So that's why we do what we do. That's the money. Should be a battleship again. Yes. Again, I need to be a little careful with the battleships. If he gets a critical hit on me, it's like half my health. He hits me real good.
Ah, why is it all going 3?
But, oh, yeah. So yeah, it's just good to keep your what it's called is transversal velocity.
There we go.
Basically flying horizontally or in an orbital pattern to someone.
It does that. I've noticed what that makes it do that is when I try to tag the ships while it's still targeting them, it fucks it up. For some reason.
So I can do this automatically by just going orbit.
Like I will either tag them first,
But
or
as
wait
a
till
super
the
pro
targeting
experienced
finishes.
Eve
I'd rather
player,
tag them first.
what I like to do is just fly manually and
That or
choose your
maybe
own path.
tag the first 3 if it's a big wave or something.
It can actually make a really big difference. Sometimes, especially in relation to how other ships are moving. In PvP, that's going to be a huge game changer. Is paying attention to not just your speed and not just your transversal velocity, but the direction in which everyone is moving. Yeah, it's just going to matter. It'll create opportunities. It'll allow you to disengage and engage properly. So that's what the jazz was all about. Big bops and boops and... Yeah, there's a ton of other stuff I could explain, like overheating, heat damage, blah 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 blah. A million things, but I'm trying to just present stuff and you can just digest it at your own pace. It seems interesting. Or when it seems interesting. Now, I'm not even in range of the next target, so I'm just going to shoot the last target. This module right here is the one that prevents people from warping. There's no point to use it on NPCs. You need it for PvP, unless you just want to get really lucky, which never happens. Cool.
Alright, drones in.
So, that's where I will stop this video, once I align to the next target. And I'm just going to clear these out and then play some
As soon
different.
as the MTU's done, we'll warp and align to here at ZVN.
ZVN? Oh, SVN.
What?
I'm sorry, SVN.
I said-
You're right. I'm like,